Hi everyone, Amy here with Sunshine Craft Co. today doing another live project demonstration. Today we're going to be doing plant pots. We're going to be painting them, and I'm going to be showing you the drip painting method. So since we're on Facebook Live, I'm going to talk about our project, kind of let everyone join who wants to watch the project demonstration, and then we'll jump right in. So if you're going to be doing this project with me, I would recommend getting a plant pot. So today I'm using a 4-inch terracotta pot. I have this one just from my regular hardware store, and it's just a cute size. I also get these like cute little guys from the hardware store that fit right into it. So I've got my plant pot, again, that's a 4-inch terracotta, and then I have my acrylic paint. So I wanted to talk about this specific acrylic paint that I'm using because you just want a little bottle like this, and what's important about it is the kind of the flow and the consistency of the paint. Any of the bottles that kind of come in this size will have that same kind of liquidity, as well as I really like to use them because there's just a small little place for the paint to come out. And as we're doing our drip painting, we want to be able to control where the paint is coming out and how much of the paint is coming out. So I recommend getting these little bottles, and I picked 6 different colors today. I would say do 4 or more would be my recommendation. And if you want to do 10, go crazy, but I got 6 for today, and we'll see how that comes out. Right here is the demonstration, kind of the example of what we're going to be doing. And you can see it kind of looks like the paint has gone up. So it creates a bit of an optical illusion. And how we're going to do that is we are going to be having our plant pot upside down when we're painting it. So I grabbed this paper plate to put my pot on, and that will catch any drips, though I'm going to try to be careful and not let too much of the paint drip all the way to the bottom. I really like the look of it when the drips stay like right on the plant pot, so that's going to be what my goal is. And I do have this other camera view, so I'm going to get kind of close in. Let me make sure I kind of talked about all the foundations first. We've got our plant pot. I'm using a 4-inch terracotta. I've turned it over on my paper plate to make sure in case any drips happen that they're caught. As well as I've picked my 6 colors of acrylic paint, and we're just using them from these little bottles. And then we are going to be dripping them around the edge of our plant pot to create kind of our optical illusion that the paint has gone up the pot. Okay, so I'm going to switch over. I've got this nice, you can see this close-up view of my plant pot so you can better see what I'm doing. And I think I'm able to, there, you can maybe see my face in the corner too. Okay, now, my biggest thing when we're working with paint is you want to shake it before you start using it. And if you've ever kind of used ketchup and squeezed it out and you get kind of the liquid before the actual ketchup, that's why we're doing this, because when we put it straight onto our plant pot, we want to make sure that the paint is what's ending up on the plant pot, not any kind of watery liquid. Okay, so I shook it well. I've got my paint ready to go, and I'm just gonna pick, I'm gonna go around a few different places on my pot and go ahead and start squeezing the paint out right on the edge, and I'm gonna keep squeezing kind of right in the same area. You can see that that paint is starting to drip down. Then I'm just gonna pick another place and kind of rotate it as I go to get a few different lengths of drips. And I'm not being precise with like where around the pot I'm going. I'm just doing them randomly around with the same color. Okay, so after I go all the way around with my white, just randomly around the edge, I'm gonna pick another color. I'm gonna pick this, I'm not very good with the teal versus the aqua. I think this one's aqua. Turquoise? No. Some people call it Tiffany blue. So I'll pick that one next. And I'm gonna probably go in between all of these white ones, but I'm not gonna be precise. I'm not gonna go like in the very middle of each of them. Maybe I'll go closer to one on one side. Maybe I'll go in the middle right here. And again, I'm just trying to get that paint to drip right on the edge and just squeeze a little bit so that it flows off the edge and starts to go down my plant pot. And you can change up. Some of them you can squeeze a little bit more than others, so then there's a longer drip or a shorter drip. I picked this kind of flamingo pinky color next. Same thing, I'm just gonna keep going randomly around in different places on my plant pot. And after we do all of our 6 colors, our goal is gonna be have no spaces on the rim, this bottom like edge. We're gonna try to fill our entire bottom edge with paint. And so after we go through all of our 6 colors, then we can kind of see if there's any colors that we want to go in and fill in the rest of our spaces with. Okay, let's do this sunny yellow next. Remember, I'm making sure to shake my bottles really well to make sure that we get our paint coming out onto our plant pot and none of any like wateriness. And I'm gonna try to go right up next to some of these colors. Start making sure that they're touching. I like projects like these because all you have to do is pick your favorite colors. The method, the paint's gonna do what it's gonna do, and it's gonna end up looking really awesome. You know, like I said, this optical illusion where it's gonna look like the paint is actually going up the pot. So like I said, all you have to do is pick your favorite colors and then just be careful as you're kind of squeezing them around the rim. So projects like this that are a little bit, gives you a really unique and interesting outcome without me having to learn how to like paint with a brush or anything. It's just a really great technique to use even with all ages. I certainly love doing this myself, but if you have kiddos at home, I know a lot of online learning started again today, so if you want to kind of do your own art class with your kids, this could be a really cool one to do. Okay, I've got my last color. I've got this navy blue, so I'm really just gonna look for any gaps along the edge of my pot and see where I want to fill in any spaces. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So now I just get to let it dry. Unfortunately, with this project demonstration, I'm not gonna be able to give you a really fun reveal by like turning it over, but you can kind of picture what it's gonna end up looking like when it dries. This one again is our sample, so you can see the drips come up from the bottom of the pot and look like they were traveling up instead of, we know the secret trick that we actually dripped them down the edge when the plant pot was turned over. So I've got a little plant in this one, and I want to talk about a little bit of care tips because I demonstrated using a terracotta pot, and terracotta is going to absorb a lot of moisture. So I don't ever plant my pot straight, or plant my plant straight into this pot because any of the moisture from the soil is going to come through that pot and potentially bubble our paint. You could look into finishing it with like a spray varnish or something, but what I do is I keep my plants in these adorable little plastic containers, and that way I can, I've got this one here, you can just keep it in there, and then it's easy to water these. What I like to do with these is take them out once a week. I have a little Tupperware that I put some water in, and I do what's called soak watering. So I put the plant just right in the plastic container it came in, straight into that Tupperware with a little bit of water, just for 10 minutes, and then maybe I'll pat the bottom of it with a paper towel before I put it back into my decorated plant pot. And that works really well for me. So you can see I have this cute little guy that I picked up, and I'm gonna show you a tip. I'm gonna crumple this paper. I just have some scrap paper. So if you have a short, cute little guy and you're trying to put it in your plant pot, you can always put a little scrap piece of paper in there, and that's gonna help it sit up a little higher. So then you can kind of see him peeking in your plant pot. So until this guy kind of establishes and grows a little taller, that's a great way to be able to keep it in the little plastic thing while protecting your painted plant pot that you've done. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments and I'll be able to check them throughout the day. We go live every other week, typically on Tuesday. Today we did go live on Wednesday. So this video, along with all the project instructions and details, is going to be live on our blog by the end of the week. So if you go to sunshinecraftco.com, you'll see there's a blog section, and that features all of the different Facebook projects that we've been doing, along with ones that have partnered material packs. There's a few of them that we've sold specific materials that will help you accomplish those projects. So if you end up doing this project, I would love to see. You can tag me on social, Sunshine Craft Co., DM me here on Facebook, or email me, like I said, sunshinecraftco.com, and I hope you guys have a really great day.